It wasn't so much of being afraid and running away from the fire as it was I was physically getting too warm and had to leave the area.
And then purple pancakes. I like pancakes.
Everybody loves breakfast
I love
foods.
pancakes.
You get a little bit of Brenner, breakfast, dinner.
Oh yeah. I can eat that all day, every day.
Wait, last year was my first purple pancakes experience.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't go there before. I was weird 2 years ago. But anyways, it was fun, and you get more than one plate. You think you only get one, but
You end up getting a
you'll
lot
get like
more.
3.
Yeah.
3.
And it's okay because everybody else is getting
It's
about
fun.
4.
And everyone's in there. Dr. D's in there. The Pooh are in there. It's just really fun.
It is a lot of, it's a good night. Like, it's just a,
It's like, what, Purple Pancakes is Thursday, so it's like, it's the opening of the weekend. Some people think they're nasty, but I like them.
I think they taste good. I mean, I have my like preference on pancakes, and so they're definitely different.
Yeah, they're a little different, but
They're not terrible. Like, they're worth it, because then you're like, oh, I had purple pancakes. And then
Yeah.
whenever you're older and you're an alum and you're telling people like, oh, our homecoming week, because not a lot of schools like celebrate homecoming week like we do. Like, we just have so many
like
traditions.
there's something about purple pancakes. I can't think of like red pancakes or like blue
That's weird.
pancakes. Like that's just weird.
That's weird.
You know what I
But
mean?
it's purple pancakes.
Purple
I mean,
pancakes.
it just
has
flows.
a good ring to it.
It does. And not a lot of other
Purple
schools
pancakes.
do that.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to be like, oh yeah, they service breakfast at midnight or at 10, and they just give us whatever we want, and it's all of our school colors.
I would have to say that my favorite tradition during homecoming week is the homecoming bonfire. It's the largest man-made bonfire in Texas, and our Plow Boys do an incredible job of putting on the bonfire and getting everybody hyped up, and there's so many people that go out there, and I absolutely love it.
The bonfire. The bonfire probably is my favorite.
Why is that your favorite?
Because, I mean, where else do you get to light a bunch of stuff on fire and not get sent to jail? So, I mean, it's true. Am I wrong? But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Last year was great. Everyone almost died. The wind, the storm. Whew, that was a good story. That was a good story, y'all. You missed it.
So when I remember Bonfire, I remember it was like a movie because I was on SGA exec, or still am, but I was helping on the stage. And I remember it was like a movie. I just was on stage and there was fire coming towards me and I could just see all these black dots of people running everywhere in every direction. And it started raining, and our VP of homecoming, she was like, everyone to the truck now. And like her and I think Laura, Anna, they like grabbed the drum and everyone's still beating it, trying to get to her truck. And like I just remember for like a split second, like I was numb. Like I thought I was gonna die, and I like turn around and she's like, don't look back. And I'm like running, and I can see like, because the fire is like right behind me, I can see it light up everything, and it's raining. And I just remember like jumping in the truck, and the people in the back, they're like beating the drum while it's still pouring down rain, and we're screaming to everyone that's still walking up to the bonfire, like, turn around, turn around. And it was like a great homecoming, like spiritual event, because like we had the spirit of Tarleton. Like they're still banging the drum. We're trying to get to the school as fast as we can. Alyssa like hopped up onto the curve by the D Hall, and we drove all the way up to the amphitheater, and like we grabbed the drum, and luckily the next people that were supposed to be beating it were there with their umbrellas. So we handed them the drum, and like we ran inside, and like, cause we're wearing white button-ups and they're soaked, and we're like in the student center. I remember just like laughing because like we're soaked and wet. This bonfire just went like, it was scary and like at the same time fun. Like we kept the spirit going, and it was a great event, and it just shows you the spirit of Tarleton. But that's my version. Here is my Unos.
Last year's bonfire was interesting.
Yeah.
I took off running.
You can tell it.
It's one of my big sis and I, our favorite tradition is to go to the bonfire together. And last year while we were waiting, there was a storm that was coming in. And we were one of the first people to get to the bonfire, so there were people on lawn chairs and just hanging out watching the storm roll in.
Volcano.
Yeah, no,
They were
'cause-
like, there was fire in the sky and smoke and people running
Yeah.
and screaming, and like we didn't know what was going on, and we just ran.
Yeah, so when we got done with parking, we were walking back to the bonfire, and then
like we're almost there, right? We can see the tippy top of the bonfire, and then it turns into Pompeii, and then like fire tornadoes and
Yes.
embers and stuff. And so we had to run away for our lives.
But go to Bonfire this year. It's probably not going to be like that.
Yeah.
I would describe it as a fiery vortex. It turned into this whirlwind of flames, and it was a fiery torch of fear. And I would have to say that that was the most definitive spin on the homecoming bonfire that I've been able to experience.
Okay, so not a lot of people wanted to go last year because of the storm. Did you go?
Yes.
Okay, well, not a lot of people
It
wanted
was
to go.
scary.
And then,
It was
and then
terrifying.
this big gust of wind just like blows the crowd away. All I remember is like everyone taking off running, and me and my friends, were like, okay, we're gonna get out now before our eyebrows come off.
I know people who ended up like having singed eyebrows, and I was like, God, I'm so glad I wasn't over there.
I thought people were gonna die out there.
And then when I started running, it was still windy, and like dust is like killing my eyeballs, and so I was like running with my arm up, like trying to
I
block
felt bad
everything.
though for like the plowboys and everyone, you know, the homecoming court, because like the bonfire is like such a huge tradition, and so I just felt bad. But I have a feeling that this year it's going to be perfect weather, it's going to be cool, it's going to be fun.
I think it'll be a good year.
That's it for this week's Texan Talk. To catch up on all the Texan Talk, or for your chance to be in Uno, just follow us on Twitter at Texan_Talk. Catch y'all next week.